Since the dawn of civilization, dragons have haunted the edges of human imagination. Majestic yet fearsome, these colossal beings have been both worshipped and hunted across the ages. But what if the myths are more than just stories? What if, hidden beneath the layers of time, there lies a truth long forgotten? In the ancient hills and windswept moors of Britain, legends of dragons have persisted for centuries. From the mighty Ddraig Goch of Wales to the wyrms that once stalked the English countryside, tales of great serpents have echoed through our folklore. But were these merely cautionary tales? Or echoes of encounters long past? Even before these legends, cave paintings from the earliest civilizations depict enormous reptilian forms. Were these images the dreams of primitive minds? Or records of something that truly walked the earth? Some believe that early discoveries of dinosaur bones may have inspired belief in dragons. But what if it wasn't just fossils? What if something greater lingers between the lines of history? The earliest written accounts of dragons can be traced to Mesopotamia, where the Epic of Gilgamesh describes a monstrous beast. In Egypt, the demon serpent Apep battled against the gods. And in the Bible's book of Revelation, a great red dragon rises from the abyss. Different cultures, different centuries, yet the same creature appears. Mere coincidence? Or a fragment of a forgotten reality? In medieval Britain, dragons were seen as forces of chaos, vast, winged beasts that tormented villages, guarded hoards of treasure, or tested the courage of knights. The legends of St. George and the Dragon, the Lambton Worm, and the many wyrms of Old England are ingrained in our collective memory. But what if these stories were more than metaphors? Meanwhile, in the East, dragons were revered rather than feared. In China, they symbolized power and wisdom, some even claimed that emperors were their descendants. In Japan and Korea, dragons were tied to water, controlling rivers and seas. How could one creature be seen as both a bringer of ruin and a guardian of prosperity? Centuries have passed, yet the image of the dragon has never faded. Fossilized remains of enormous creatures continue to be uncovered, fueling speculation. Paleontologists argue that ancient skeletons reinforce belief in dragons. But what if the origins of these myths were not simply bones and imagination? From the manuscripts of medieval monks to the pages of modern fiction, dragons have shaped art, literature, and even religion. They appear in Celtic myths, in the legends of King Arthur, in the sigils of noble houses. From Smaug in The Hobbit to Drogon in Game of Thrones, they still haunt our stories. But what if their presence in our myths is more than mere fantasy? Carl Jung, the renowned Swiss psychologist, believed that dragons were an archetype of the collective unconscious, symbols of our deepest fears and the challenges we must overcome. Could that be their true meaning? Not just beasts of fire and scale, but something woven into the fabric of our very minds. The centuries have marched on, yet dragons still fly, if not in our skies, then in our imaginations. They dominate cinema screens, fill the pages of books, and transport us to other worlds through games and stories. But what if this fascination is a remnant of something real? A memory passed down through the ages? In Britain's medieval chronicles, encounters with dragons were not uncommon. Many spoke of winged beasts lurking in remote caves, guarding secrets lost to time. If these creatures once roamed the land, where did they go? Were they driven to extinction? Or did they simply learn to hide? Some legends speak of dragons capable of changing form, of walking unseen among us. Were these merely poetic metaphors for natural forces? Or could such beings have once existed in ways we struggle to comprehend? Modern science continues to uncover new mysteries, yet vast parts of our world remain unexplored. Giant creatures are still being discovered in the depths of the ocean, in untouched forests, in lands few have set foot upon. What if dragons never truly vanished, only found new places to hide? And what if we were never truly alone as rulers of this world? What if, in the forgotten corners of the earth, the last dragons still linger, waiting for the right moment to emerge from the shadows? Perhaps the real question is not whether dragons once existed, but whether they still do. The story of dragons is far from over. Whether in ancient folklore or modern tales, they continue to challenge us. They continue to fascinate us. And now, after everything you've heard, Do you truly believe dragons never existed? Or have they simply been waiting for the right time to return? For more myths and legends from across the Isles and beyond, subscribe to Legends of the Isles and step into the unknown.